Hey there, Jennifer Shipley from Doodle Punk Art. I am going to show you how I make these beaded French hook ear wires. So I like to make these to match my earrings because it just gives it a much more professional look. So if you would like to learn how to make these, keep watching. For this project, we need some bail making pliers or a dowel, the size that you want your ear wire to be. So roughly that size. Needle nose pliers, your chain nose or flat nose pliers, not chain, those are chain. Round pliers and flush cutters. And then a needle file and some sandpaper or emeries, a bench block, steel bench block with a hammer. I'm using a chasing hammer, and I have this sandbag to deaden the sound, and then a nylon hammer. And then I am using 20 gauge round wire. You can also use 21 gauge. Okay, so I think I'm ready to go. Okay, so I like to work just from a long strip of 20 gauge wire. So I have cut myself some. So the first thing I'm gonna do is make a 90-degree bend in it. And then I'm gonna take my round nose pliers, and I've got them marked right here where I like my loops to be made from. I like them this size right here, so that's, I've marked it so I can be consistent. Okay, so you're gonna make that first little eye shape, and then I'm gonna open it slightly so I can feed on my little finding. And now, because this is facing this direction, the loop or eye has to be facing this way. It doesn't matter whether this is the front or this is the front, but for consistency, I'm gonna make this the front. That way I am just always making everything the same. So I like to end my wires on the back. So this is the back side. You can see that little reflection there, that little glimmer where I ended the wire. That's the back. So the front looks like this. So I want that little, this little bend, the 90-degree bend, to be going towards the back. So I'm gonna put this end through the back, and then it will end up with, yeah, so that then it'll end up with, I had to just check myself, make sure I was right. Yeah, so if this is the end, if this is the back, then put this through the back and it'll turn around, and then it'll be facing the back. So that's the back, that's the front. Okay, doesn't matter which way you do it. Again, just be consistent because you want your earrings to match. Okay, so then I'm gonna close that loop, grab onto the loop with the end pointing away from me, and then I'm gonna go around. I like to go around twice, and then I like to end it pointing towards the back, So that's the front, right? Or wait a second, let's see. That's the back. Okay, we haven't gone around twice yet. There we go, that's the back. So it's pointing towards the back, and I'm gonna end it. Sorry about that. And then you wanna pinch that end down. And I like to burnish that little end with the tip of my pliers, just to make sure that there's nothing sharp. So as soon as you're not feeling anything catch you, then you're good to go. And then I like to straighten this out before I do the next bend. Okay. Now we're gonna feed the bead on. Okay. And then I want to bend this towards the front, right at the top of that bead. Okay, just like that. Okay, and then I'm going to take my bail making pliers, and I want these to be just a little bit dainty. So instead of doing it on this one, I'm going to do it on this one, the second one. Just because the bigger size looked a little overpowering with these earrings, so I took them down a size. So you can do either of those. Okay, when you bend it around, make a U. So you see it's a U. Let's see if I can show you. I made a U there, okay? And then I'm gonna hold it roughly, I don't know, it doesn't really matter exactly where you hold it, but you're gonna straighten that out. I like to just kind of smooth it with my thumb a little bit so that this ends up with just a little slight curve. Okay, and then I'm gonna snip it off. Roughly here. I want a little extra at the end. I'm using my flush cutters, and I'm going to have the flush side facing the ear wire. And we'll just do it right there. They're going to be kind of long, but we can always shorten that. Oops. Right there. That's where I cut it. These are long. Usually I cut them a little bit shorter, but sometimes I like them long. So that's a little long. That's a little too long. Let's take, that looks good right there. That looks good. Okay. Now we're doing it on the other side. So I'm gonna make a 90-degree bend. Then I'm gonna take my round nose, find that little mark on there, and make an eye pin. Okay, that's what it looks like. We're gonna open it up a little bit and then feed this on, going through the back. Okay. So now there's the front. Not that that matters at this moment. I'm going to close the loop and then hold on to it with the end pointing away from you. And then we're going to go around twice. Okay, and we want to end it towards the back. Right. I'm pushing it down a little bit. It just was a little bit high. Okay, ending, pointing towards the back. Cut it with the flush cutters. And then going to pinch that end down. And then round it out. Burnish it. You know what? Oh no, I don't have. I need another pair of needle nose here. Let's burnish that edge so that it's nice and smooth. Sorry, there's a little gap. Want to get rid of the gap. Okay, feed on your bead. And then the front, okay, we want to bend it towards the front above this bead. Okay, like that. Doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, then I'm going to use this part here. What am I doing? Okay, make a U. It's a U. Okay, then we'll straighten that one out. Okay, now let's check these before we cut it. Okay. Those look really good. So let's trim that end off with the flush cutters. Even, oops, turn them around. Hello. Even with the previous one. Okay, so now we have two matching ear wires. Sorry about that noise. Okay, I'm going to straighten this out before I do the next step. Okay. So now we're going to make that little bend at the end, and I want it to be soft. So instead of, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to butt it flush right there with my pliers. And instead of pushing here to get a sharp angle, I'm going to squeeze my the round portion here to hold it in place, and I'm going to pull and bend at the same time, and that gives me that kind of gentle curve there. So I'm going to match that. So butt it up to the end, grab onto the little loop or whatever you want to call that, round portion, bend pull. So you have just a softer shape. Okay, so I made these ones kind of long like these because I think they look really elegant. You can also do them shorter like this. That works too. But we're doing these long because I wanted to. So now we have the hammer. So I'm gonna get everything out of the way here. Grab my sandbag and bench block and my chasing hammer. And just gently, I'm gonna start flattening this portion out here, the loop portion. Now before I go very far, let me show you what I'm wanting to do here. I want to flatten this portion out, and then there's a gentle taper here to round. Okay, so we're not gonna flatten this portion here. We're just gonna barely gradually flatten it more until we get about to here, and then we want it nice and flared out. So now I'm going to protect the bead with my finger here, and I'm not going to butt it up hard against the bench block, just to protect it from breaking. But I want to make this shape solid. I don't want it to come unbent. I want it to be nice and strong. So I'm going to get as close to that as I can. And then notice the movement of my hammer. I want it to flare out, and so I'm kind of feathering it in the direction that I want it to flare. And then always turn it over. And then when you flatten, your curves will open up. So I like to kind of hold this a little bit just to prevent it from opening up as much as it would if I just let it do its thing. Okay, so I really don't want a lot of hammering on this, just gentle. I want a very gradual blend into this more flattened, hammered portion. Okay, let's straighten this out a little bit. We've got some curves in here that I don't want. We're close. You can see as you hammer it, it doesn't look as long anymore. So they always get a little shorter. They always look a little shorter after you get through the hammering. Because everything gets a little bigger. That circle gets bigger. So I'm not holding it in because I need it to open up as far as the other one did. So I'm not holding this because I want to let it expand until it matches the other one. I'll go as close as I can here without breaking my bead to make sure that the bead doesn't fall forward. Okay, this one didn't quite match that one. So before I go any further, I'm going to open it slightly. And then this one, close it slightly. That one has a little bit more of a curve there, so I want it to curve. A little curve. Isn't quite right. Okay, all right, let's check these, see if they're close. Okay. They are pretty close. So this is pretty good. All right, now I want this portion to be strong, but I don't want it to be flattened, so I'm using my nylon. I'm just gonna work harden it in that part. Make sure it feels nice and firm. That feels really good. Okay. And I don't need to do it to the rest of it because I already hammered it with the other hammer. I am just trying to make sure that this end will keep its shape. It'll be nice and strong. Okay, all right, so we are close. We have one last little thing to do. One last little thing. This is for comfort, and it's very important. So I'm going to take my my needle file, and I'm going to make sure that that little end is smooth. So you can see it's got like a ridge. So I am going to file that ridge off and then round the end out. And I'm just doing a really rough job with the file just to get rid of some material quickly. I just want it to be round so that it doesn't feel sharp. Okay, sand off that little ridge and then round off all those little corners. Okay, and I'm gonna take some sandpaper, emery board, whatever you have. You want to make sure it doesn't catch your skin. Get it as comfortable as you can. Okay. Okay. Feels pretty good. Okay, the next level, this one. Okay, there's a reason why I do the hammering before I do this. That way I can see if I need to hammer it a little bit more. Because if it bends when I'm doing this, then it needs to be hammered a little bit more. Okay. And we'll stop at this grit. That feels really good. Okay, so let's give it just a little bit more hammering with the nylon. Sidetracked. It wasn't perfect. And you can't have things not being perfect, can you? Okay. Okay, that feels better. Okay, that feels good. Okay, here we are. We have two beautiful French hook hair wires with lovely matching beads. All right, if you like this, be sure to subscribe. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.